on, guys? Black Scout Survival Late Night Live. And let's start off talking about there's been a lot of movement, multiple Doomsday planes, bombers, and command and control planes that have been in flight today, as well as the past few days. I got some flight paths here and some information here, the flight radar. And they even refueled one in the air. Okay. So there's just a lot of things going on right now. And when you're looking at this, you know, are they suspecting something? Or you know, are they taking, you know, guys up every day just because they're in fear that we're gonna get hit by a nuclear weapon, EMP, or you know, so are they having backup, certain leaders in the air at all times right now because of the state of the world. You know, I don't really know what their procedures or protocols for that are, but I would imagine that if you are having a potential threat, that this would be going on all the time. So the U.S. Navy E6B Mercury, the one you see here, I'll throw this up. It's a Doomsday plane. It's designed to survive nuclear fallout, EMP, and all those sort of things, and have command and control capabilities after the event. So you see here Boeing E6 Mercury. This is the one that 3 of them were in the air today, as well as the past few days. So it's an airborne command post during a nuclear war. Deadliest plane you never heard of. And it can control Air Force bombers, ICBM missile crews, and nuclear submarines. So this is the if you saw here the 3 here, E6B Mercuries in flight today, and one of those were actually refueled. Now the E6B can stay in for multiple days, like, you know, as far as, I mean, they can refuel in air, and they can stay up for multiple days. So 72 hours with multiple refuelings. And if you notice here, there's another type of plane here. This is another one that was actually in the air, I think yesterday, E4, Advanced Airborne Command Post. And you see here just the various layout of it. But they also had the B-52H Stratosphere that can carry nuclear precision guided conventional ordnance and worldwide precision navigation capabilities. So later this afternoon, there were more nuclear capable bombers in the air as well, going into this evening. So I don't think this is normal. This is not something that we normally do. Could it be the new, I guess, procedures or new protocols they have in place because of the state of the world? Maybe they do this during the heightened probability of nuclear war. And I know there's a few soy sipping latte guys out there that say, no, this is clickbait. Literally, there's nuclear talk every day, and we're flying multiple of these Doomsday aircraft over the past few days. Not only that, we just did an alert from FEMA that went out a little after 2 p.m. yesterday. And for some reason, a lot of people got this wrong. I don't know where this kooky stuff came from. That it was going to do something to you. Like, I've seen people like going live feed. Yeah, nothing happened from that. I never thought anything was going to happen from that. I mean, potentially, if they want to track you, they already can. They don't need to send a text to you to track you. Okay. My initial thought was, and I said this weeks ago, that maybe false flag. They're gonna, announce a planned or a loud attack on the U.S. and this is how they're gonna tell everyone, hey, you got struck by EMP, about to get hit by a nuclear weapon. The thing is odd. I've been alive for a very long time, and I know that's subjective, but a lot of years, it never had this type of thing been happening in my lifetime. So Are they planning or going to allow attack on us very soon? The very funky thing about this is that there's been some reports that in Hawaii that their alert was a little different, that they were told to have 14 days of food, water, medical, and other emergency supplies on their little text. Odd, right? But the other weirdest thing to this, this is where things really get kooky, is that Russia did the same test yesterday about the same time. Now, I did a video a few days ago talking about the nuclear drills they were going to be running, right? I talked about it. It was nothing new. They were going to do it. Now it is weird. It's weird they're doing that. It is something new. They hadn't done it in many years, and they never done it on a national scale. So, also, forgive me, guys. I'm still, it's up and down. I'm losing the battle. Some days this virus, other days I'm winning. So, anyway, it's not that serious. I'm going to get over it. But if you're wondering why I sound the way I do, and it's not the coof, so it's something. It's a real one. You know. Anyway, so they sent out this attention, remain calm alert. Let me pull it up for you on Reuters. Reuters is sometimes good. Attention, remain calm. Russian test public warning system. They tested this emergency public warning system across the country on Wednesday, the same time as the U.S., blaring out sirens and interrupting television, radio broadcasts to warn the population to stay calm. But why did they do it the same day? That's what really gets me. And maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I am. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe they're all in on it. Who knows? But the other thing, though, is that tell me in the comments why you think. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but tell me in the comments why you think they did it at the same time. I would like to know. Reuters. Someone's trying to teach me. I'm from the country. I don't care how it's pronounced. So I'm from the country, so I pronounce everything wrong. Is what I mean. So the other thing, like moving on with this, is that Putin was speaking at Sochi, and what he detailed in this speech, and I'm going to play it for you so you can listen to it for yourself, that the two reasons why his country would use nuclear weapons on another country, he said basically that they have a system that can detect nuclear missile launches, and within seconds, it will know that a weapon's targeting Russia. And it said that it will respond with hundreds and hundreds of nuclear warheads. And he said there will be no survival of the adversary. He goes on to say that the United States never ratified an agreement to stop testing nuclear weapons. So he said that Russia did, but he said we're going to change our stance to mirror the U.S. So let me play the video.
Of possible application of nuclear weapons by Russian Federation. First is the attack against us by nuclear weapons, using nuclear weapons. In practice, what does that mean when they launch their weapons? Our system detects and informs that this is Russia is the target, and this happens within seconds. And knowing this information that there's an attack being launched against Russian Federation, we respond to this aggression. And I'd like to assure everyone that today the response would be completely unacceptable for any potential aggressor. Because from the moment of the start of any rocket from any point in the ocean or any territory, in response, there'll be so many hundreds of our rockets, that there'll be no chance for survival for any of the adversaries. And this would be done in many directions, could be done in many directions. The second reason of using of such weapons is the threat to the existence of the Russian Federation, even if only conventional weapons are being used. But in case where the actual existence of Russia is being threatened. So these are two possible reasons for using nuclear weapons that you mentioned. Do we need to change this? Why? You can change anything, but I don't see any need for this. There's no such situation where something was threatening the existence of the Russian state. I don't think that any sane person would think about using nuclear weapons against Russia. Nevertheless, your point of view and point of view of other experts, people who are very patriotic, who are very passionate about what's going on within.
So I feel like this speech was a little bit more cryptic than usual, and he's always made comments about since the Ukraine war started, referencing that they have nuclear weapons. Everybody acknowledges that. We all know that, and he has the most, right? But I would say that his commentary now is much more direct. Okay, it's not, he was very vague before. It was just like generalized statements. Now they're more direct. And this is the thing. I don't know Vladimir Putin personally, but I do know the psyche of human beings. And whenever you talk through things and you do it consistently, okay, it becomes more of a reality to you. So when you're training an individual to do something, especially something that is maybe they have fear of doing or something like that, and they continually talk to themselves to do that action, right? It becomes more of a reality. And you can talk yourself into doing something. So talking constantly now and more direct, also stating the reasons why they will use nuclear weapons. And he did not say if the US attacks us with nuclear weapons. He said if he gets attacked or the Russian Federation is in jeopardy, he will send hundreds and hundreds to destroy his adversaries. Okay. Adversaries. We know that there's been new packages given to Ukraine, weapon packages. They destroyed the naval their naval command a few days ago. So what action will it take to provoke? And this is one of the things I keep poking. The same thing, and I did videos on this. You can go back and reference them. A month before the invasion of Ukraine, how this same type of language was taking place. So a lot of people will say he's not doing anything but talking. Well, that's what a lot of people do before they do something. Okay. It's typically what people do before they do something. They go ahead and play it out to everyone else. Hey, this is what we're going to do. This is also a type of propaganda as well. I'm going to lay out what reactions I'm going to take to certain actions. And so when those actions, and then when I take my actions, everyone already knew what I was going to do because I've already stated it plainly multiple times. This is the same thing that happened going into the Ukraine. And you may say, why do they keep poking? Maybe population control, who knows? But one thing I'm telling you is that they want war. They do. I find it almost humorous that a new report has came out stating that 80%, listen to this facts here, of the top U.S. military officials become board members, advisors, executive consultants, or lobbyists for the military-industrial complex. 80% of them. So it would behoove them to obviously use their positions to get the job, right? By helping carve out laws or whatever, they're they're talking to the president, politicians. They're giving statements on what they think should happen. These are supposed to be the military experts. Okay. So the institute that did this study is called the Quincy Institute of Responsible Statecraft, says that 32 top military officers who retired after June 2018, 26 are now working in the military industrial complex in various positions, right? And obviously, this benefits the military industrial complex, American politicians that hold stocks. I saw today that they were trying to push a bill to stop politicians from trading in stocks. I would love to see that go through, right? But this is also why you're seeing forever wars, the 20 years in global war of terrorism. Now you're immediately rolling right into Ukraine and sending billions of dollars of weapons to Ukraine because everybody gets rich in this little party here. So, of course, it's not if, but when. We will be in forever wars. It's just a fact of the matter. Until real change happens, and I don't see it happening because Republicans and Democrats are both getting paid from this. They're both involved in it. In other news is that today the Biden admin plans to start rebuilding the border wall that he said he would never. He's rebuilding it. And Karine Jean-Pierre tried to say that in 2019 that the funds were allocated for that. But, we know that's not the truth. I mean, it probably is true, but they're building it, Trump's border wall, because he's also deporting Venezuelan migrants now. And even Bill Clinton today came out and said he's going to detach himself from the Democrat Party because their weak stance on immigration. See, the problem is that all these, bleeding heart liberals, they like the idea of open borders until it went into their towns and cities. And now they're like, whoa, So Biden and Democrats as a whole is suffering in the polls. They're suffering. And now they're going to take the steps to try to get back on track. Mindset, performance. Thanks, buddy. But I do wonder about the Doomsday, going back to the Doomsday bombers and aircraft. Is this because of the heightened situation of the world, because of Putin's threats, that now we're going to see them? So maybe we shouldn't be alarmed going forward because the heightened state of alert of the country, they have to put this, they have to put these things, these plans into action. Or is something happening very soon? Regardless, I would always be prepared no matter what that was, whatever it is, no matter if it's a freaking bad thunderstorm or nuclear war, always be prepared. But I wanted to share this information with you guys because it's obviously getting more serious, more direct language. Okay. And I saw someone say on the chat the other day, said Putin would never kill Americans. Do you not understand? Do you not understand how warfare works? They don't have a problem with Americans. He may not have a problem with Americans, but do you know how warfare works? You try to take out military targets, try to take out leadership, but mass casualty is what you're looking for. The most effect, especially when you're talking about taking over a country, especially a country like America, where the country in themselves are freaking armed, right? I just think that things are very hot. Things are hot, and it's going day by day. I'm going to keep my eye on it I think as well as you should. But I would like to know your thoughts on why these tests run simultaneously between Russia and America. Was this a back and forth? Let me know in the comments. And obviously, tribe members, thanks for being here. I would like to start back the late night live after party chats. I won't be able to tonight because I've been under the weather and I'm way behind on work, so I have a lot of things to do tonight. But I would like for you guys to pick that up, go over to the after party live chat with our tribe members, and also don't forget get you some shirts. Frosty Stratton, dangerous, always be the most dangerous man in the room that you're in. And this one too is my absolute favorite. I love this one. Protect women's sports. Keep the dudes out. Keep the dudes out. I love how this looks. The design, my guy designed this, but it's like a high school or collegiate shirt, and it says "Protect Women's Sports." You know, it's a subtle F you to the mediocre guys. Anyhow, guys, please leave a comment and let me know your thoughts on these things. And stay frosty, stay strapped, and always stay dangerous. Take care.